We're very thankful of the fact that no one was severely injured out of this, considering the amount of damage that was caused.
Right now at 5, continuing coverage of the destruction from 2 tornadoes carving through southern Wisconsin. Plus, as families impacted by these tornadoes begin to clean up, Consumer Protection warns of scammers looking to take advantage of those who've lost so much. Good morning. You're watching Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. There's lots to get to as we continue to bring you more from Thursday's tornadoes. But first, let's take a look outside with today's forecast. Jacob Madison is here with your first look. Jacob, good morning.
Good morning, Kyle. You know, I've been keeping an eye on this the last few days, and it's just quite unprecedented. Not only is it the first tornado Wisconsin's ever seen, but it wasn't just a small EF0. We had wind speeds over 100 miles per hour from the tornado near Evansville. It was rated EF2. In fact, it was a strong EF2. It's still not 100% clear if it was not a weak EF3, still surveying the damage a little bit. So that just shows you how strong the system was. And the other unprecedented part about this is we only had a marginal risk for severe weather. We didn't even have an alert day. And that's simply because we're expecting cloudy skies and the sun came out, and sunshine actually can fuel thunderstorms to be a bit stronger. So very unprecedented situation. Thankfully, we did not see any major injuries. Now, if we take a look at the forecast going forward, it's going to be very calm and a lot closer to what we normally see for February. Right now, 31 degrees, plenty of cloud cover. Look at the temperatures across our area. Those of you near La Crosse, a little bit less clouds, and temperatures are a bit colder because of that, as current temperatures are in the 20s. But if we look at the wind speeds, we are still dealing with a bit of a breeze, 23 miles per hour specifically in Lone Rock, so pretty windy there. The wind is going to get better throughout the day, and the temperatures, while not going to be quite as mild, still going to be a little bit above average. We'll have highs in the upper 30s. Plenty of sunshine by the time we get to the later portion of the day. The winds are going to kind of be steady around 10 miles per hour throughout the day as well. I'll have your full forecast going forward, but as I mentioned, it's going to be pretty quiet.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Now into some continuing coverage of Thursday's tornadoes. A trail of damage has been reported from south of Evansville to west of Fort Atkinson. The Wisconsin State Patrol shared these images of the destruction. This photo from Evansville shows some parts of a roof torn off, and that includes pieces of pink insulation from the attic. And moving a little bit to the northeast now, this is from the town of Fulton. In the middle of the screen, a structure that appears to be completely flattened. You can even see some pieces of material out in the field to the right of the destroyed structure. The tornado's path also carried into Jefferson County. This image comes from just north of Busseyville near Lake Koshkonong. The White House you see looks relatively unharmed, but that's not the case for another structure seen on this property. Much of the tornado damage has been in Evansville, so much so that the Rock County Sheriff's Office has set up its command center there while coordinating the emergency response. Meteorologists from the National Weather Service were checking out the damage on Friday. One house we visited with them lost its roof completely. The homeowner telling us they were home when the tornado hit, but everyone is okay. These crews are looking at several houses with significant damage like this as they work through the path of the tornado, trying to determine how strong this storm really was.
We are seeing some substantial structural damage so far this morning. A lot of damage to homes, particularly roofs off of homes. We also have seen some outbuildings completely flattened in some cases.
And while you might think of summer as being tornado season, Thursday's storm is just a reminder that they can come at any time in the right conditions. Cleanup has already begun for some directly impacted by the storm. Unfortunately, though, there are some scammers out there looking to take advantage of those who've already lost so much. The Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection is warning property owners about such scammers who may be going door to door, impersonating repair crews and using high-pressure sales tactics to secure a contract.
The individual who's seeking the contract usually wants cash up front and will not put the agreement in writing, which is really important in consumer protection to make sure both parties fully understand the work to be performed.
However, there may be legitimate local contractors who are going door to door. That's why it's important all agreements are put in writing. Written contracts should specify exactly what work will be done, what materials will be used, and a start and completion date. All right, in other local news, police in Middleton are searching for a man who they say was acting suspicious towards a 12-year-old girl at a bus stop Friday morning. The incident happened shortly before 8 near the corner of Fortune Drive and Shirley Street. They say the man reportedly drove up in a black SUV and asked the girl if he could give her a ride to school. He then drove away after she refused. He's described as a black man in his 30s or 40s with a medium build. The SUV he was driving didn't have a front license plate and was last seen going north on Gammon Road. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. In the Coulee region, La Crosse Democrats are pushing for a bill to allow PFAS contamination standards in Wisconsin groundwater. Current state law says any administrative rule that will cost at least $10 million needs full legislature approval to pass. Representative Jill Billings and State Senator Brad Pfaff said that law is stopping the DNR from creating groundwater safety standards. Their bill would create an exception for this current state law to give the DNR authority to set those standards. Wisconsin has standards for drinking water, but not for groundwater. Sticking with politics now, President Joe Biden and the White House are hitting back at new questions about his age and memory raised by a special counsel report. On the campaign trail, former President Trump is seizing on the issue. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
President Biden departed for Delaware this weekend, cleared by the special counsel's report of any criminal charges for mishandling classified documents. But the entire White House is now defending the 81-year-old president in a renewed conversation about his age and memory.
The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated.
The report from special counsel Robert Hur, a Republican and one-time Trump appointee, referred to Biden's memory multiple times, saying it was significantly limited and appeared hazy. It claimed he had diminished faculties in advancing age and was a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning and I'm an elderly man and I know what the hell I'm doing.
President Biden himself hit back this week in a press conference when he also confused the leaders of Egypt and Mexico.
President of Mexico, Sisi.
The report and response have shaken some on the left, concerned about what it means for the campaign.
It didn't go well. Okay, there's no doubt about that. That needs to get better.
Then I should not be charged.
On the trail Friday, former President Trump reacted to the report.
I have a guy I'm competing against he hasn't spoken in months. And when he does, it's not pretty, is it?
Trump has also faced questions about his age and mental fitness. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
On Friday, the White House said President Biden will appoint a task force to review how presidential transitions examine and handle classified material. To Wall Street, where the S&P 500 hit a record on Friday, closing above 5,000 for the first time ever. It reached that threshold Thursday, but fell below it before markets closed. Investors cheered revised data released Friday that confirmed earlier reports of declining inflation were accurate. Nasdaq made considerable gains. And here's a closer look at Friday's numbers. The Dow losing 54, the Nasdaq gained almost 197, and the S&P gained 28. Time now is 5:08. Still ahead, our Super Bowl 58 coverage with how the footballs are made for the big game. And let's take a live look outside. Jacob will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but your hair shavings fly everywhere, and she hates that mess. It's impossible to clean up. Introducing Vacuum Trim by Bell & Howell, the total body electric shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up at the same time. Vacuum Trim has 20 precise trim length settings built in, so you just dial and trim, groom, shape and edge without any messy whiskers in the sink. Vacuum Trim's ultra-sharp stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures all the trimmed hair. Vacuum Trim's vacuum action is so powerful, just watch how it cleans up all this hair. Don't fumble with attachments. Snap on the guide to shape your beard, edge side sideburns or remove the guy to tame unwanted body hair. Get your vacuum trim for only $39.95 and we'll even ship it to you free. Order now.
Call 1-800-348-9342 or go to vacuumtrim.com. So call 1-800-348-9342. That's 1-800-348-9342 or go online to vacuumtrim.com.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
A truck crash can be life-changing. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We have a powerful team with the knowledge, resources, and history of results you'll need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings, going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know going forward. We're not going to be as mild this weekend, but we also are going to be fairly dry going forward. Overall, the temperatures this weekend will continue for much of next week, with high temperatures ranging between 30 and 40 degrees, near and slightly above average. Now, I want to talk about the temperatures we've seen this February so far. Now, this is only 9 days, but it's kind of crazy to see that we have been over 14.5 degrees above average so far. That's a pretty big number. Now, we are going to see those temperatures back to normal, still slightly above average for the next several days, but certainly not going to see anything in the 50s, possibly not even in the 40s for the next few days. Now, let me talk about the precipitation chances. So over the weekend, we'll see, mostly sunny skies, some clouds here and there, but we are certainly going to remain dry. And this is going to continue for at least the first half of next week with almost a 0% chance of precipitation. By the time we get to Wednesday, we could see a little bit of precipitation, but for the most part, we still are looking fairly dry during that time. If it does snow, it's going to be very light, certainly not going to see any accumulation, but that will be our next chance of precipitation nonetheless. So looking a little bit more detailed at the precipitation chances, chance of flurries Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, also a very slight chance of flurries on Friday, but other than that, expect very dry conditions for the next several days. Now, looking at the temperature forecast today, we'll see plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle to upper 30s. Could see a few locations, especially kind of near Prairie du Chien, get to 40, but most of our region will stay in the 30s. And for tonight, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies. Low temperatures will drop into the middle 20s. Again, a little bit colder than the last couple of nights, but still a little bit above average. And for your Sunday, very similar to today, maybe a little bit more cloud cover during the afternoon, though, with high temperatures once again in the upper 30s, possibly around 40. Over the next 10 days, not much is going to change, at least through Thursday, with highs once again upper 30s, lower 40s. By the time we get to the end of next week, we are going to see the temperatures a little bit closer to average. Actually, going to be right around average. The average high for this time of year is right around 30 degrees, and we'll be close to that by the time we get to the end of next week. But here's a look at the La Crosse's forecast. I mean, partly to mostly sunny skies almost every single day. A little bit stronger chance of precipitation for Madison, but still pretty quiet. Flurry chance Wednesday night, slight flurry chance Thursday and Friday. Also again next Monday. Now, temperatures aren't going to be incredibly mild, not as mild as they were last week, but still a very quiet forecast. Outside of Thursday, it's been very quiet the last, 2 weeks or so. We had a pretty active middle part of January, but outside of the day we had the tornadoes 2 days ago, we haven't really seen much, and that's going to continue going forward.
All right, Jacob, thank you. With the Super Bowl just one day away, we're taking a look behind the scenes at one of the game's most important props. Super Bowl Sunday is about football, but also about the footballs themselves. Each one of them made by hand at the Wilson Football Factory in Ohio. At a booth near Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, workers demonstrated their craft. It takes 25 steps to complete each ball, starting with sewing and steaming the leather, then turning the cowhide inside out. And for the pros, the lacing takes about 2 minutes, and then the final step, molding the ball into shape.
Putting air in there to push the seams out. That mold is made to the NFL size. Here's our football. Give it a quick brush.
Wilson developed its Super Bowl footballs, or rather delivered them on Wednesday, more than 100 for each team to use both in practice and at the game. And whether you're watching for the football, the commercials, or tuning in to see Taylor Swift, chances are you're also loading up on Super Bowl snacks. But make sure that food doesn't cause you to fumble. To avoid getting sick, the U.S. Department of Agriculture says not to keep perishable foods out at room temperature for more than 2 hours, and make sure to keep hot food hot and cold food cold. They also say to avoid cross-contamination by keeping hands, counters, cutting boards, and utensils clean, especially when handling raw meat and poultry. With so many choices in Las Vegas to watch the Super Bowl, some fans of the Chiefs and 49ers are picking places where everyone is on the same team. CBS's Andrew Hobner has a story from Las Vegas.
Chiefs fans Dan and Leah Winter can't believe their beloved team is making its 4th Super Bowl appearance in 5 years.
It's like a dream come true, and just enjoying every second of the Mahomes era. Mahomes and Kelsey.
We have to take advantage of it now because who knows?
The couple stopped by the Jackpot Bar and Grill, one of several Chiefs bars in the area. Owner Jeff Frederick is expecting a big boost Sunday for his small business, mostly from die-hard Chiefs fans.
I think there's going to be 4 or 5 other fans, but I think it's going to be about 99%. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be crazy. And, you know, I'm getting phone calls. I mean, we're just getting inundated with requests for seats.
Over at Splash Lounge, a group called Niner Empire has already started to party and will be there all weekend through the game. Niners! Joe Lenore founded Niner Empire in 2005.
We have a saying, football brought us together, but Niner Empire made us family.
With just a day to go before kickoff, fans of both teams will find out soon enough if the celebration continues. Andrew Hobner, CBS News, Las Vegas.
And of course, you can catch the game here on CBS. And now back with news about the Badgers. As we've seen this season, playing on the road has not been an easy task for them. They are 3-5 on the road this season, losing their last 2 road games. Their 2-game road trip will come to an end after facing off against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights later this morning. And if the Badgers want to get back in the running for the top of the Big Ten, they need to flip the script out on the road. On this week's Wisconsin Huddle, guard Connor Esegan credited the fans for their success at home and contrasted that to on the road.
It was really exciting and real cool to see, how well the fan base, supports us. And, I feel like they're going to be doing that from here on out.
Wisconsin and Rutgers tip off at 11 this morning. Still ahead on weekend mornings, a popular garden expo is back at the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out. Will Loper shares his picks in 3 things to watch when we return.
Feli's Flowers. Order now for Valentine's Day. Surprise your loved one with fresh flowers and chocolates delivered by Feli's, your local award-winning florist, with 4 Madison area locations. Celebrate Valentine's Day with Feli's Flowers.
We went to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison last night.
I don't really get how the jackpots work.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison actually has had multiple million-dollar winners.
There are linked progressive slot machines at the same casino where local players increase the jackpot amount.
And a standalone progressive jackpot increases when a player plays on an individual machine that isn't linked to any other machine. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More ways to win. Find your perfect jackpot.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hi, I'm Steve Bozeman from Steve's Auto Sales in Madison. I came up with a great sale for you guys, $29.99. I have 10 cars in that price range. Stop by today if you want the best deals in Madison. We have the warranties available. We also have financing for these $29.99 cars. Go to stevesAutoTruckSales.net. I'm located on Stoughton Road. Stop by and I'll give you the best deal in town. Steve's Auto Sales, the best deals in Madison. Search for Steve's on your phone right now.
News 3 Now compiles a quarterly report of our programming efforts to serve the educational and informational needs of children in the News 3 Now viewing area. These reports are part of our public inspection file, which is open to the public view during regular business hours. To view the report or contribute comments, contact the News 3 Now program director at 608-271-4321 or write to us at News 3 Now, 7025 Raymond Road, Madison, Wisconsin, 53719.
The average cost of hearing aids is nearly $5,000. But now you can buy a full pair of rechargeable, wireless, nearly invisible, easy to use, very comfortable hearing devices for only $99. $99 for a full pair? Yes, but only from Audion. Audion Adams are trusted by over 300,000 customers nationwide.
My Audions really have been a godsend to me.
Audion Adams are tiny, but powerful and nearly invisible.
It's small, it's easy to use.
Audion Adams can be sold over the phone today without having to see a doctor or audiologist. Order your full pair of high-quality hearing devices for only $99 right over the phone. Call
1-800-617-3809. 1-800-617-3809. 1-800-617-3809.
Feli's Flowers. Order now for Valentine's Day. Surprise your loved one with fresh flowers and chocolates delivered by Feli's, your local award-winning florist, with 4 Madison area locations. Celebrate Valentine's Day with Feli's Flowers.
Here's a video of that tornado Thursday. This was sent in by Julina from Magnolia, just south of Evansville. Now, there's a lot to unwrap from this video. The first one being, it's very hard to see the tornado unless there is lightning. And the thing is, lightning is a hazard in and of itself. So when we have tornadoes during this time of night when it's dark out, you know, it's very important to seek shelter. But what's a little bit unclear about this is if you look closely towards the top, you can kind of see the entire cloud right there is rotating. And so we have the entire funnel cloud rotating, and it continues to rotate as it gets closer to the surface, which allows that funnel to form. So overall, you know, when we have this situation, you know, it's just important to just stay safe. And here's another video. This was sent in by Matt from Broadhead, showing this is kind of towards the beginning of this storm cycle. Looks like the tornado hasn't quite reached the ground in this situation. So thank you, everyone, for submitting your videos. You know, very scary situation. And if you want to submit your own photo, you know, go to our website, click on the weather tab, scroll down until you see post your own.
Thank you, Jacob, for that update. Residents in the city of Monona have one last chance to get their Christmas trees collected. This after snowstorms disrupted previous collection dates. On Monday, February 12th, trees that were missed during the last collection day will now be collected. Trees should be at the curb by 7 a.m. All lights, ornaments, and decorations must be removed. The annual Garden and Landscape Expo is back in Madison. Now until Sunday, visitors can check out the latest trends in gardening, landscaping, and more at the Alliant Energy Center. This year's events include more than 150 exhibitors selling plants and seeds and other services, as well as dozens of free educational seminars and demonstrations. And a farmers market will also take place on Sunday, and that will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All proceeds are in support of PBS Wisconsin. There's no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
A wall that has never been climbed.
This wall, it's about 1,000 feet higher than El Cap.
Newly streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus is the series Arctic Ascent with Alex Honnold.
After Alex free soloed El Cap, he seemed lost. Now he's found other ways to keep contributing to the world.
If you didn't get enough sweaty palms watching Free Solo, the climber from that documentary is back, climbing a remote rock wall in Greenland.
We have no idea what the rock will be like. So we've asked 2 of the best climbers in the world to join me.
Oh my God, it's so scary.
I was definitely hoping that, like,
Conditions were going to improve, and they have definitely not improved.
All 3 episodes of Arctic Ascent with Alex Honnold are streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus now.
Hello? It's Claire, your boss. I need an extra assistant.
I just got invited to go to London with Claire DuPont.
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the film Upgraded.
I'm William. What brings you to London? Our London branch has called in the director of the New York office. Wow, you seem a bit young to be the director. Yeah, the youngest director in company history.
The romantic comedy follows Anna, who is an intern who gets mistaken by a handsome man for her boss.
If you're not too busy being a swanky art director, I would love to take you out. I lied to him about so many things.
Upgraded is streaming on Amazon Prime Video now.
What is happening to me?
And newly streaming on Disney Plus is the movie The Marvels.
She's entangled our light-based powers, so we switch places whenever we use them.
Strong theory.
The superhero film follows 3 heroes, including Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson, who keeps switching places every time they use their powers. And they must learn to work together to stop a villain.
She's targeting every planet we call home. I would never choose to bring anybody into this.
The Marvels is streaming on Disney Plus now.
Oh my God, we're a team.
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, a look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shen Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
What it's like to have Gruber Law Offices on my side is like having a superhero or a big brother behind you, helping you along the way.
I think they did an amazing job, and I really, truly felt like they did care.
Gruber Law Offices treated me like family. They made sure I was well taken care of.
Gruber Law Offices treated me like family 10 years ago, and they still certainly treat me like family today.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I felt that I was always #1 to them.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
If you don't have a good dental plan, or if your employer doesn't offer dental benefits, this is the deal you're looking for. Get the Carefree Dental Card, and for just $15.95 a month, you can see the dentist anytime and pay a whole lot less.
On my first visit, I saved $650. We used to pay full price at the dentist. Boy, was that dumb. We just saved $705.
Call the number on your screen and request your Carefree Dental Card free. We'll send your card and complete details at no cost and no obligation today. Unlike other dental plans, there's no activation fee with Carefree Dental, so call now to get your card at no cost today. Call during this TV offer, and we'll also include free vision benefits and free prescription drug benefits too. See for yourself why Carefree is the best deal in dental. Call now.
Call 1-800-920-0664 to get your Carefree dental card and member guide free. Call 1-800-920-0664.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shen Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
This half hour, continuing coverage of Thursday's pair of tornadoes leaving a path of destruction through southern Wisconsin. Armand Rahman reports on the impact from Rock County. And later this morning, more local news, including an update to UW Health's East Park project, now set to open this fall. That's all ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Good morning, thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Now we're going to take a look at this video of the aftermath of one of Thursday night's tornadoes, bringing destruction to parts of southern Wisconsin. The first ever in the month of February for the state. Upon sunrise Friday morning, a major trail of damage was brought to light. Much of the damage was seen east of the city of Evansville, about 25 miles southeast of Madison. Amazingly, nobody was killed. Only minor injuries have been reported so far. Last night, the Rock County Sheriff's Office organized a town hall meeting for those directly impacted by the tornadoes. Some people in the area are still without electricity. The director of the Rock County Emergency Management says while most of the power is back on, there are still some residents who may not see electricity before Monday or even Tuesday. Armand Rahman reports.
And there's people be a long time without power, and that's hard.
The director of Rock County Emergency Management says it's taking longer to restore power to some lines because there's significant damage to the main transmission line on Highway 59.
The problem is those poles are all out of whack, and transmission's very hard to repair. It takes a specialization. And so they need to clear the debris.
Right now, first responders calculate 25 structures damaged by FEMA definitions.
We're tracking 1 destroyed, 11 major, 9 minor, and 4 affected. We don't know the status of the other 3. So, yeah, destroyed major, pretty significant damage during a storm, and usually it's going to take a lot of work for those to be safe to be occupied.
For the second part of the town hall, officials wanted to talk just with residents who suffered the most damage just outside Evansville and the neighboring towns.
You know, a lot of folks have family and friends and their neighbors, and they're helping each other. So we're not to the point where we need that outside volunteer assistance and some of those other things.
Some residents said they already encountered solicitors, some from outside the state. Law enforcement says they'll have extra patrol in the worst damaged areas to catch any potential scammers.
The last thing we want to do is one of the victims of a natural disaster to become a victim again.
David Hagan said he had power restored around 12, but wanted to make sure his community members knew he's here to help.
I don't know. I think people are coming together fine, and that's, who knows. But when it's somebody, you always think of somebody else, but you never know it can be you.
That was Armand Rahman reporting. Officials want you to remember the numbers 211. They say if no one's been by to survey the damage on your property or a neighbor's, then just call or text that number. You can also take photos and report the damage on the 211 Wisconsin app. Let's send it over to Jacob Montesano now. Jacob, some massive damage on Thursday, but now it looks like we are just in for a calm weekend ahead, right?
Yeah, it is going to be calm going forward, but I have to take a second to talk about this. You know, it was quite unprecedented. Not only was it, the first tornado in Wisconsin ever for the month of February, but it was a pretty strong one. Now, right now we are sitting at the Evansville tornado was at an EF2, the Albany one at an EF1, but the NWS meteorologists are still surveying the damage, and it is possible that this Evansville tornado could be upgraded to an EF3. So that shows you this wasn't just no fluky tornado. No, this was a very serious situation. And the other crazy thing is we actually only had a marginal risk for severe weather. Now, going forward, very calm weather. Right now we're seeing cloudy skies with temperatures right around 30. We are going to see sunshine later in the day, but right now we're seeing temperatures in the lower 30s, upper 20s. Definitely a little bit colder than the last couple of nights. But if we look at the current winds, we are seeing a little bit of a breeze across our area, especially to the west of Dane County. Lone Rock, 23 miles per hour, up to 28 miles per hour for parts of Iowa. Winds are going to get better throughout the day, but expect them to just continue to be a little bit breezy. Not too bad overall. By the afternoon, we are going to see plenty of sunshine. High temperatures will be in the upper 30s, so a little bit cooler than the last couple of days. but still above average. And for Madison, pretty similar, middle to upper 30s for your high temperature. I'll have a full forecast for the weekend and next week still to come.
Jacob, thank you. In national news, the U.S. Senate is debating a bill which would provide billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine and Israel, as well as the allies in the Far East. President Biden welcomed German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to the White House to discuss the war in Ukraine on Friday. The meeting comes one day after Special Counsel Robert Hur questioned the president's mental fitness in a report about his handling of classified documents. Hur declined to press charges, saying Biden would likely present himself to a jury as a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
My memory is fine.
It's unnerving. I mean, it's unnerving that the world can see this, you know, and if that's their impression, then that's not good for America.
Hur's 5-hour interview and subsequent report comes at a time when the president is already dealing with 2 different wars, one in Europe and another in the Middle East. The Democratic National Committee filed a complaint with the Federal Elections Commission against Robert Kennedy Jr.'s presidential campaign. According to the DNC, the group's American Values 2024 is making illegal contributions to Kennedy. Officials with the DNC say mega GOP donors appear to be using American Values 2024 to help RFK get on ballots in states where he hasn't received enough signatures to appear as an independent. Kennedy has 16% in the latest Marquette poll. Back here in Madison, UW Health says its new East Park Medical Center will open to patients this fall. An official opening date of October 28th is on the calendar. The facility will be home to 24 specialties, opening in 3 phases. By mid-November, most areas of the building should be operational. The 7-story structure will hold over 800 clinical and non-clinical staff members. The facility will also offer proton beam therapy to treat cancer, set to begin in late 2025. The Sauk County Drug Task Force arrested 2 men Friday following a search in Baraboo. Baraboo police said a narcotics search warrant was executed in the 400 block of 11th Street. Officers allegedly found methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. A 31-year-old and a 43-year-old man were arrested on probation and parole warrants. Police said charges of possessions of methamphetamine, maintaining a drug trafficking place, and possession of drug paraphernalia could be referred to the Sauk County District's Attorney's Office. Time now is 5:36. Still ahead, Jacob has his full forecast, and here's today's look at history.
It's A1 Furniture's Truckload Mattress Blowout. Queen Luxury Firm Mattress only $2.99. Queen Euro Top $3.99. Queen Jumbo Plush or Firm just $4.99. All sizes available during this once-a-year mattress event. Only at Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture.
I thought you 2 were going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison this afternoon.
No, we couldn't decide what game to play.
That's the great thing about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. There is a myriad of games with a myriad of themes so you can find your perfect fit. Some machines offer free games, multiple spins, a bonus within a bonus, and multipliers. So many different ways to play means so many different ways to win. Find your perfect game at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Quarterback gets ready, steps up, hands off the wrist to the running back.
Oh, Ritz.
He spins outside.
What you got there?
Avoids pressure. Stretches and brings it home.
Many families have said to me, I didn't know what I didn't know about the process of having a child with special health care needs.
You don't know what questions to ask.
If I had a toll-free number to call, I think that would have helped.
Wisconsin Wayfinder is a great resource. It's one place to find out about all the information that you need.
Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network, connecting families to the special healthcare resources their children need.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-622-9639 or visit getdrainmagic.com. So call 1-800-622-9639 or visit getdrainmagic.com. Order now.
Join us for the night of fun and fundraising at the annual Andy North Trivia Night.
It's always a night to remember. February 15th at the Sylvie. Find tickets at andynorthandfriends.com.
If you didn't do anything for Valentine's Day, this is your chance to catch up.
We'll see you there.
It's A1 Furniture's Truckload Mattress Blowout. Queen Luxury Firm Mattress only $2.99. Queen Euro Top $3.99. Queen Jumbo Plush or Firm just $4.99. All sizes available during this once-a-year mattress event. Only at Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture.
Can't do this job if you don't make your family part.
In a pressure-packed job that's pretty much 24/7, a strong family bond anchored by his wife is what helps Wisconsin Badger football coach Luke Fickell stay centered.
I sat down with the coach for a candid conversation about football and family.
And I met with Amy Fickell. The coach's wife talks about how their family has adjusted to life in Wisconsin.
You can't get too high with the highs, and you can't get too low with the lows.
A new Street Now exclusive with Wisconsin football's first family. Super Bowl Sunday at 10.
Here's a look at the temperature outlook a little bit beyond the 10-day forecast. It looks like we are going to see warmer temperatures return by the time we get closer towards the end of the month. Next week, they're going to be a little bit above average, and then we may see near average by the end of next week. Looks like by the following week, we'll see temperatures warming back up. And as far as precipitation, the majority of the rain will stay to the west and to the south of us. It looks like we are going to remain fairly dry, maybe a few light chances of precipitation. But looking at the nearer future, precipitation chances are very minimal. We are certainly going to be dry through Wednesday, possibly some flurries Wednesday night into early Thursday. Again, maybe on Friday, but for the most part, we're going to be very quiet next week, and temperatures aren't going to be too mild, although they will be just a little bit above average with highs in the upper 30s. I have a full detailed forecast, though, still to come.
We've been highlighting Super Bowl 58 all this week. The game is on CBS. This morning, our Josh Spreiter takes a look at the big game's impact on local Madison businesses.
We were at Glass Nickel Pizza on their original site here over on Atwood Avenue this morning, gearing up for the Super Bowl Blitz this Sunday. Trevor Rako is joining us. Trevor, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
So Super Bowl means big business for you at Glass Nickel.
Absolutely. We're super excited to feed everybody this Sunday. Football is always great for us any time of the year, Super Bowl especially. 30% up over what we do on a typical kind of football Sunday. Tons of timed orders coming in. We'll sell over about 2,000 pies across our 9 locations throughout Wisconsin. So we're super excited to get the food out to the people and help them celebrate with their friends and family as they watch the big game.
So you've already whooped up one. This is your most popular one, the deluxe.
It is. This is our deluxe sand sausage. We usually have sausage on our deluxe as well. This has got kind of pepperoni, mushroom, onion, and green pepper right there for you this morning.
And now we have another one coming out of the oven right now. This is pepperoni, another favorite here.
This is our pepperoni, and this features actually our vegan cheese for the people that struggle with dairy a little bit here. We feature a couple different brands of vegan cheese kind of throughout the system. This is our VioLife product here on our pepperoni pizza. We also cater to the vegetarians as well. Plenty of vegetarian options. We have a vegetarian, a veg out pizza, as well as our Fetalicious, which is also a namesake, which really kind of features those veggie options for you, spinach, along those lines.
Yeah, something for everybody. And I mean, you guys obviously wouldn't be here without the support of all the people here in this community. They really lift you up in all times.
Absolutely, absolutely. We love our community. We love our customers. That's really what kind of gets us out of bed and gets us here in the morning. Even when you're having a bad day, you see that customer come in, get their pizza, get a big smiley face. You know they're going to take that back and feed people, and that's going to cheer them up throughout their day. So that really kind of makes us go.
So your best advice for Super Bowl Sunday, get those orders in early.
Get the orders in early. Be prepared to wait a little bit if you're looking for a specific time. We only have so many drivers. We can only be at one place or 30 places at the same time. So make sure you kind of get your orders in early and be ready for us.
All right, very good, Trevor. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely, thank you.
And if you'd like to learn more about this story, you can go up to channel3000.com and click the link. Yum. In the 608, Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Josh. Still ahead, Zach Hanley checks in with Friday's news and sports. And let's take a live look outside. Jacob will have another check at your Saturday forecast on weekend mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shen Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
You're driving along, then it happens. You get injured in a car crash. After your accident, an insurance adjuster may try to get a recorded statement over the phone or have you sign documents. Don't say or sign anything. Call us first. We'll help get you the money you deserve.
After an accident, don't say anything and don't sign anything until you talk to Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us. That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day. We can help you save more than 50% on life insurance, whether you need $100,000 or $10 million in coverage.
Even with high blood pressure, SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
Our licensed insurance agents aggressively comparison shop highly rated companies to find your best rate.
My $500,000 policy is only $18 a month. That's half of what I was paying before.
Make sure your family is protected from the unexpected.
Visit our website or call 800-549-6081 to get started today. That's 800-549-6081. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
The highest art is beautiful, timeless, inspired by the divine. Shen Yun. Coming to Milwaukee and Madison, February 3rd through the 11th.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the weekend and next week. It's not going to be as mild this weekend, but temperatures will still be a little bit above average for this time of the year. We're also going to be fairly dry going forward, and temperatures aren't going to change all that much beginning this weekend, as we will continue to see high temperatures between around 30 and 40 degrees. Now, we'll be back closer to average, like I've been saying, but here's a look at the temperatures so far this February in Madison. The temperature so far has been 34.8 degrees. The average is just over 20 degrees. Now that's from February 1st through February 9th. So a temperature departure we have is 14.5 degrees. That is quite a big number. Now that number is going to come down, but still, I know it's a small sample. That's still a pretty large number really just considering the fact that it is over the course of 9 days. Now, here's a look at future track. Going forward, we're really not going to see a lot of precipitation. We'll just see on and off cloud cover throughout the weekend and next week. But overall, you know, it's going to be pretty dry. Temperatures also not going to change all that much. Here's a closer look at the precipitation chances. Almost a 0% chance of rain or snow through Wednesday. Could see some flurries Wednesday night into Thursday, and then maybe some flurries again on Friday, but not much. For today, we'll see plenty of sunshine for the afternoon. High temperatures will be in the middle to upper 30s. It is possible a few locations near Platteville and Prairie du Chien possibly could get to around 40, but for the most part, expect temperatures in the upper 30s. Certainly a little bit colder than the last few days. And for tonight, we also are going to see overnight lows a bit colder than what we've seen, with low temperatures in the middle 20s. A little bit more cloud cover tonight, though, compared to the afternoon hours. Now, as we look at the forecast for tomorrow, very similar. Again, a little bit more cloud cover. Highs will be around 40, but still a little bit above average for this time of the year. And over the next 10 days, the temperatures aren't really going to change all that much. We'll have highs in the upper 30s. Possibly lower 40s on Monday, but still, pretty close to what we will see for the rest of the week. Now, it will be a little bit warmer in La Crosse, as temperatures could possibly get into the middle 40s for the first half of next work week, but still, not too far off from what we'll see for the rest of our area. It will get a little bit colder by the end of next week. I want to point out that the average high for this time of year is around 30 degrees. So when we say it's above average, upper 30s are above average for this time of the year, but certainly colder than what we've seen. A little bit closer towards the average for this time of year towards the end of next week, with high temperatures around 30.
Just 5 points separates second place Wisconsin from first place Michigan State in the Big Ten standings. But as Mike Hastings said earlier in the week, that will sort itself out. We've got to go crush our Tuesday. Well, that's code for take care of their series with Notre Dame first. Didn't look great early, down 2-0 with under a minute left in the second period, and Christian Fitzgerald dangles Deeks and then sellies with the boys to put the Badgers on the board. 15 seconds later, they were still buzzing. This time, it's David Cilia cleaning up the mess in front of the net, and Wisconsin scores 4 unanswered to get the win, 4-2, the final. Well, final road trip for the Badger women. Wisconsin taking on Bemidji State, and as expected, this was all Bucky. Kirsten Sims drags the puck and then fires it into the back of the net to put Wisconsin on the board. Simsy finished with a hat trick, but she wasn't the only one. Later in the period, Layla Edwards got into the scoring action. Edwards also tallied a hat trick of her own. Badgers blank the Beavers, 10-0, the final. Well, Sunday is a big one for the Wisconsin wrestling team. Not only is it senior day, but Chris Bono and company are looking to add to their win streak. The Badgers have won their last 2 duels, and with the Big Tens and NCAAs right around the corner, his team can almost taste the postseason.
See it, especially these seniors. This last time in the field house, it starts to get real now. And we talk about tournament time all the time, and getting 1 more gear, 2 more gears, and so we're in that stage now where it's time to start training with 1 more gear, competing with 1 more gear, and ratcheting down your lifestyle, and making sure everything is as good as it can be.
A day after being traded for, Patrick Beverly was not only in Milwaukee, but in uniform for the Bucks game against the Hornets. And how about this? First time touching the ball, and Beverly dials one up from deep. 6 points in 12 minutes, and a Bucks win his Deer debut, 120-84. High school girls hoops, New Glarus taking on Cambridge in a battle of the top 2 teams in the Capital South. The Glarner Knights out and running early. Ellie Lancaster spots up and splashes home the 3 ball to give New Glarus an early lead. Cambridge, though, answers right back. Brooke Stencliffe banks it home for 2 to tie this one up. But the Knights have Lindsay Shadowalt, and she's a bucket getter. She drives in for 2, and New Glarus gets the win 64-51, and they take home the conference crown. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. And coming up next, it's the Chinese Lunar New Year today. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Queen for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The President's Day Super Sale, only at Denver Mattress.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
Trains are coming to Madison, in miniature that is, at the 56th Mad City Model Railroad Show, February 17th and 18th at the Alliant Energy Center. Get caught up in 100,000 square feet of trains, clinics, and exhibits, with 300 vendor tables featuring train merchandise, toys, hobby supplies, railroad antiques, collectibles, and much more. Many door prizes and 4 train sets will be given away each day. It's a great entertainment value for the whole family, Saturday and Sunday, February 17th and 18th at the Alliant Energy Center. Save online.
Surgenian's 94-year history means you pay $94 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad and your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable, Surgenians.
Today, we seize the day, because at US Cellular, you can get an epic Samsung Galaxy S24 with Galaxy AI. Now, you might be wondering, do I deserve a free Samsung Galaxy S24? You do. You deserve it. Each and every one of you deserves one.
Even me?
Look under your chair. That's right.
Incredible. It's incredible.
New and current customers can get the Samsung Galaxy S24 on us with no trade-in. US Cellular.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Queen for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The President's Day Super Sale, only at Denver Mattress.
First warn weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Finally this morning, today marks one of the most important holidays in China, the Lunar New Year. 2024 brings the Year of the Dragon, one of the 12 Chinese zodiac signs in the Lunar New Year's calendar cycle. An estimated 2 billion people in China and across the globe will take part in the 15-day celebration. Traditions include time with family, cash gifts for children, and deep cleaning of the home to usher in good luck for the coming year. Travel has ramped up across China in recent days as millions of people travel by plane, train, and car to be with their families. Officials have estimated a record 9 billion trips for the holiday this year. For many, this year's celebration marks the return of normal travel for the first time since the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic began. Here now is Jacob Madison with one final check of your Saturday forecast.
Thanks, Kyle. Here's a look at La Crosse's forecast. Not much going on going forward. We'll have high temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s for the first half of next week. By the time we get to Friday of next week, we'll have temperatures a bit colder as highs will be